at a gym we still go to called House of Champions. And I told the personal trainer that I had at the time, I was like, if there was anyone that was attractive in this gym, it's him. And I said, don't say anything. I don't want him to know. And next thing you know, Instagram had just become a thing then. Dalton hit me up on Instagram and we went out on a date, i.e., come over to my house and let's hang out. We were in two very different stages of our lives. I had 2 children and he was, early 20s, and I just was on a totally different path. And he was kind of, the pretty boy that just, I can get what I want, you can chase me. I was not at chasing age anymore.
Once I moved back from Miami and I saw her, and I was just like, I'm gonna swipe right just to see if we match, and we did.
And then good old Tinder brought us back together. It was a swipe.
Yeah, I don't remember who messaged who first. It was probably her.
I talked first because I knew from the previous date that we went on, he was, chase me, chase me.
But I also think I remembered how the last time went too, so I was like, okay, she needs a little more, I guess, personality, more outgoing Dalton.
He messaged me back and we exchanged numbers and realized we had the same numbers from 5 years ago, still had each other's numbers in our phones. We scheduled a date and I almost canceled. And I just was like, I remember last time, I don't want to do this, I'm not in the mood. And then last minute I was like, just have fun.
Showed up with some tequila. That always gets me feeling good, so.
Came to my door, I answered the door, and he had a personality. There was no personality the last time, and he just was so different.
Once we hung out that first time, it was kind of game over from there.
And he messaged me the next morning and said, thanks for giving me a reason to delete my Tinder. And then we went out probably a couple days later, and he took me on a whole entire evening date. He took me to New Realm, which is kind of our first real date, which is where he ended up proposing. He took me to Repeal down at the oceanfront, and we just, ever since then, it's just been nice and very different, so. I tell everyone that Dalton is a golden retriever in human form. He is just kind of that happy-go-lucky type of guy.
She was more mature, she's had 2 kids, she's over the BS of, just little relationships.
He balances me out in a way that's kind of changed me for the better.
Being with her kind of, helped me get to where I want to be. I finally got, a good career. She made me see, what I was capable of.
He calms me a lot, so whether he knows that or not, I'm a lot more calm than I was.
Seeing her be able to support the kids, even support me if I needed it.
Dalton is more of a partner and makes it fun. He makes the journey fun.
And then now that we have our kid, her pushing me to, work harder, be a better person in all aspects, not just work. I think that's really helped me out. That's probably one of the things I love about her most.
His career path took off a little bit because he had that sense of family, and he had that sense of, I've kind of got to be the man, and I've got to provide. And I think it's the first time that he felt the need to want to. Not I have to, but I want to. He trusts me. And so we kind of have that healthy balance of, hey, do you? If you need me, let me know. If you don't, I'm still gonna check in. And it was the end of April because my birthday is April 13th. I was born on Good Friday the 13th, hence why we're getting married October Friday the 13th. Yeah, so that's my lucky day and number, so.
My original plan was New Realm, and then over at Red Wing Park, it's kind of got that like Japanese like setting, and there's a hut in there. And I had bought a bunch of string lights, and I was either gonna have him or I was gonna try and sneak away and go hang up the lights and everything and do it there.
For me, it was just a normal day. I had no idea he was gonna do it, and I'm pretty good at knowing something surprising is getting ready to come.
So I remember, she probably doesn't remember, but I was like, hey, like look, face this way. And she turned away from me, and then I took a step back and got down on a knee. And
I turned around, and when I turned back around, he was on one knee and
just went ahead and did it.
Crowd cheered, and I said yes, and here we are.
So I think she knew it was coming eventually. She just didn't know when. If you know, why keep waiting? She was definitely surprised. She seemed excited, I think. I don't remember if she cried. I think I kind of blacked out a little bit, but yeah.
With my older two children is that whoever came into their lives, not only were they not treated differently, they weren't treated differently if we had another child.
You know, I had step parents, so to me it wasn't like a big deal. I feel like some people going into a relationship with somebody with kids, it's, you know, it's a challenge. Some people don't want to take on those kind of responsibilities. I feel like for me, one, since I loved her and wanted to be with her, I didn't care, but then since I had step parents growing up, I kind of knew what it was like.
I think my oldest daughter, who's 11, took a little while to warm up, and so my son took up pretty quickly to him. My daughter took a little longer, but since he started kind of taking her to away games and taking her to practices and stuff, I think they have a tighter bond than, and it's kind of like you know, they have a secret handshake that I just discovered that they have. They have these little like inside jokes, and so yeah, they if he's not home when they come home from school, where's Dalton? I'm here too. He's coming. He'll be here.
Take them out to Jose Tequila's. They love Mexican food. Jacqueline gets sick of it because I want it like 3 times a week, so they kind of give me an excuse to go get it.
Dalton, because he kind of has that happy-go-lucky personality, he's been like that with my children, and now I say our children.
No, they're good kids. They get good grades. Yeah, can't really ask much more of them. They don't get in trouble. One, seeing my family members that are coming down for sure. I don't get to see them too often. Having them down for this moment is going to be awesome. I'm excited to see, you know, her happy with all the work she's put in for the wedding, because she's literally done everything. So
I'm excited. It came a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, but I'm now looking more forward to the honeymoon.
You know, it's like a honeymoon, but it's also just a vacation away from everything.
Dalton, I am so excited to spend the rest of my life with you.
I just want to tell you I love you. You know, I appreciate all the hard work you've done, you know, for this wedding. I know you've done it all.
I can't wait to have more children with you and grow old with you and go on adventures with you, and you're probably the most important person in my life. And I've been looking forward to October 13th, 2023 since we started dating.
I'm excited to see you walk down the aisle, and obviously, you know, I can't wait to marry you. I've been wearing this ring now for months, so now it'll finally be official.
And I just couldn't imagine life without you. And I feel blessed and I feel honored that you are going to be my husband, and I will soon be Mrs. High.
I couldn't be more thankful. I couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather, you know, be married to and spend the rest of my life with. So I can't wait, you know, for October the 13th. And then I can't wait to be laying on the beach with you afterwards. I love you, and